To say that this game is difficult is an understatement. It's a space of absolutely insane. The number of enemies and their sneaky attacks leave you no room for error. Again and again you will be replaying level after level, and with each attempt you will become a better version of yourself. Honestly, not everyone makes it to the end, but those who do truly feel like a real shinobi. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Ninja Gaiden on the NES. Hello, my name is Perseval, and on this channel I talk about video games and more. This time we are diving into the legendary Ninja Gaiden. Back when I was a kid, I played it, thought I can't remember which part exactly. That's why I decided to start from the very beginning and find out whether the game is really as hard as everyone says, and of course share it all with you. Ninja Gaiden is a classic 2-dimension side-scrolling platformer. In Japan, by the way, the game was released under a different name, Ninja Ryukenden, which translates as Legend of the Ninja Dragon Sword.
Just when you had given up all hope, a ninja saves you from the evil Jackie O. More realistic than any other TV game, you're right in the action, fighting to the death. Coming soon from Tecmo, Ninja Ryukenden. Incredible game software for Famicom.
But since Americans found it difficult to pronounce, the title was changed to the more familiar Ninja Gaiden. We played as a young ninja named Ryu Hayabusa, who fight his enemies across 6 so-called acts, which altogether make up 20 individual levels. Almost all enemies die from a single hit, but they keep respawning infinitely if you return to the spawn zone. That classic old-school game mechanic. I love it. A crucial element of the gameplay is Ryu's ability to cling to vertical walls and push himself off in the opposite direction. If 2 walls are close together, he can climb endlessly between them, as his main weapon wields to the dragon sword, a katana passed down as a relic of the Hayabusa clan. On top of that, he can also use secondary technique, shuriken, magical attacks and more that you will find throughout that level, but their number is limited, so you really need to save them for the bosses. When I first played the game, I didn't even know about all this, so it was especially hard for me. But all of that is fairly standard stuff. What truly blew everyone's mind back in the day was the incredible storyline and actual cutscene. To put this into perspective, it's almost at the level of Hideo Kojima himself, because there are about 20 minutes of cutscene in the game, and this was in 1988. At the time, it was an absolutely bombshell. So, the game starts at Act 1st. The story begins with a sword duel, during which one fighter battle round the other. Soon after, young Ryu Hayabusa received a farewell letter from his father, Ken Hayabusa, asking him to travel to America and find an archaeological named Walter Smith. Once the hero crosses the ocean, we find ourselves on the street of the United States, where danger lurks everywhere. Also, at first the game doesn't seem too difficult, all enemies die from single hit and the pace is manageable. The first act is fairly easy. At the end of the level, we face our first boss, but honestly, he is very simple and the fight doesn't last long. After this, a cutscene shown as mysterious girl who knocks out Ryu with a gas pistol. But in the very next scene, the same girl gives Ryu a sinister-looking statue and helps him escape captivity. Here where the real madness begins. First of all, the number of enemies attacking from every side is brutal, and worst of all, the pits fall in and you die instantly. Trust me, for a beginner this is pure hell. I struggled a lot here, and it's hard to imagine how tough this must have been for kids back in the day. No matter how much you dodge, someone always managed to knock you into a pit. But if you manage to get that, you will face the next boss. And remember how I told you to save your special moves? This is exactly why. The boss goes down like a regular enemy if you use them. That at least some relief. Ryu meets Walter Smith. The old archaeologists tell him about the 2 statuettes, Light and Dark, which he and Ken once discovered in the ruins of the Amazon. According to legend, they contain an evil alien demon that was sealed away 700 years ago by brave shinobi. When Ryu showed him the statue of darkness he just received, a thief burst in, grab it and flee. Our goal? Chase him down and get it back. And here's a difficult spike again. In addition to the usual enemy, now there are birds. Damn birds. I absolutely hate them in this game. There are way too many and they always hit you. And then there are those guys who throw crosses at you. Absolutely madness. And don't forget the 150 seconds timer on every level. Run out of time, you die. Start all over again. Thankfully, the boss here is another pushover. He just jumps back and forth and defeated him in easy enough. Rue receives the relic, but when he returned, he finds Walter's home attacked again. This time the Statue of Light has been stolen. Dying Walter warns a disaster if both relics fall into the wrong hand. Right after Walter's death, Man in Black, not this Man in Black, appear and force Rue to come with them. They turn out to be a CIA agent. In the interrogation room, Rue meets Foster, head of Special Division. He explains that in the Amazon jungle there is an attempt where Jakku plans to awaken the demon. Jack is main enemy of this game. Rue is ordered to go there and eliminate the threat. We dropped into the Amazonian forest. Honestly, this reminds me of Metal Gear Solid Delta, which I really hope you played, because I desperately want that franchise to be revived, especially the first game, my absolutely favorite, but that story for another time. Anyway, here we face the familiar enemies again, the dreaded, the evil birds, of course, Bat in the caves, Green Ninja and Turtles with nasty timing. The difficulty just keeps ramping up. The boss is simple if you have saved the special attack, but without it, okay, good luck. A cutscene shows Jakku, who holding the same girl. To save her, Rue is forced to hand over the relic and it's trapped in the catacombs. Here the suffering continue. We fight our way out of the catacombs, then climb along the cliff up to the temple. At the end we face Bloody Malt, Jakku's right-hand man. Rue defeats him and before dying, Malt admits that he was the one who fought Ken Hiyabashi at the start of the story, and reveals that Rue's father is still alive.
What a twist!
Rue pushed onward, facing the usual brutal pits and endless bird, until the next cutscene reveals the truth. Rue finally found his father, but he is under the control of sinister force. The boss fight is instantly difficult. Fireballs everywhere, and I must have retried 20 or 30 times. Eventually I even had to look up strategy online, but again, if you saved your special move, the fight can actually be quick. Too bad I didn't know it at first. Rue destroys the stone idol and freeing his father, but Jakku suddenly appears, trying to kill Rue with a powerful magic blast. Ken jumped in the way, saving his son but taking a fatal wound. Now comes to battle with Jakku himself, and here a special move won't save you. You will need to dodge the fireballs and carefully strike him with your sword. This is a poor skill check. After Jakku defeat, a lunar eclipse occurs, and the two statues transform into a Gaian demon. Rue faces the final battle. Here you need to sharp reflect, dodge and hit the demon's head, cut off its tail and finally strike its heart. Compared to the previous fight, this one feels more manageable. After the battle, the temple begins to collapse. Ken, knowing he won't survive, asks Rue to save the girl. And then, epilogue. We see the destroyed temple, the rescued girl reveals her name, Iron Liu. Foster ordered her to kill Rue and take the statues, but she refused. Instead, the two share a passionate kiss. Together they stand atop a cliff, watching the sunrise and the end. Wow, what an adventure! I told you about the story and bosses, but it's hard to convey the game's difficulty and atmosphere. You really have to play it yourself. Yes, it will make you rage, but believe me, it's worth it. The game is amazing and I love it. Even if I'm not sure I want to go dot it again, especially since there are sequels I still want to play, and of course share with you. Thank you for watching till the very end. Write the comment if you were played this game, leave a like if you haven't yet, and we will see each other very soon. My name is Perseval, play good games and remember where it all began.